The story of ancient Egypt has survived for thousands of years. Egypt is one of the greatest civilizations of the past. Their monuments and tombs of their pharaoh continue to stand intact today, some 4,000 years later. Welcome as we share with you the tales of temples and tombs.
No, everyone. Up on that.
Where is Egypt located? Egypt is situated in the northeast corner of Africa. Where did all the Egyptians live?
The ancient Egyptians lived along the banks of the River Nile in Egypt. Farmers first settled in Egypt along the River Nile around 5000 BC.
Why was the Nile River so important to the Egyptians?
The Egyptians depended on the Nile for water, food, and transportation. The Nile also provided the ancient Egyptians with fertile land in which would help them to grow their crops and raise their animals.
Before modern dams were built, the River Nile would flood each year, coating the land on either side of the river with thick black mud. This mud was ideal for growing crops on. Do the Egyptian people still live near the Nile River today?
About 95% of the population of Egyptians still live by the Nile, which is the area next to the river.
Long ago, on the banks of the Nile lived alligators, crocodiles, and other reptiles.
The Egyptian people lived there too because of the river and the last things to do. The Nile is famous, as we all know. They depended on the river so many years ago.
Did Some well-known pharaohs, such as Nefertiti and Cleopatra, were women. A pharaoh was the most important and powerful person in the kingdom.
What was the job of the pharaoh?
He was the head of the government and high priest of every temple. The people of Egypt considered him to be half man, half God.
How much power did the pharaoh have?
The pharaoh owned all of Egypt. He or she could tell anybody what to do, and they had to do it.
How many wives did the pharaoh have?
The pharaoh often had several wives, but only one was queen.
Who was the most famous pharaoh?
The most famous Egyptian pharaoh is without doubt Tutankhamun.
Each kingdom had a pharaoh and they were in command. They had to make decisions and they had to rule the land.
When the pharaoh visits and comes your way, make sure to bow your head down low and listen and obey.